Okay, today let's have a little bit of an explainer on summarizing and paraphrasing. Both of these are very useful skills that you will need throughout your academic career, so let's spend a little bit of time going over how best to approach them. Okay. To summarize is to take the most important information from a text and write it in an abbreviated manner. So again, when you are summarizing, you are taking the most important ideas and rewriting them in a shorter way. Paraphrasing, on the other hand, is rewriting the text just using different words. Okay, paraphrasing is putting it into your own words. Paraphrasing can be very helpful when you have something complicated that you just need to make sure you understand. Okay, so what is the basic difference between a summary and a paraphrase? When you're summarizing something, you are making it shorter. Paraphrasing will probably be just as long as the original text, but it is using your own words and language. So again, when you summarize, you make the text shorter and focus just on the main points. When you paraphrase, you are including all of the ideas. You're just putting them in your own words. So let's try this out. Let's read the following passage. Long ago in feudal Japan, ninjas were secret agents who would utilize disguises to gain access to enemy territory. Their primary role was to gather information about the enemy's army and weapons. They would sometimes sabotage enemies by committing arson and setting fire to their stronghold or stealing supplies. Okay. So we know we are talking about ninjas in feudal Japan who are secret agents, gathering information, sabotaging enemies. In summary, long ago, Japanese secret agents called ninjas would gather information and sabotage their enemies. See, we took a whole paragraph and summarized it to one sentence. If we are paraphrasing, we would just say, in medieval Japan, spies called ninjas wore disguises to sneak into their rival's region. A ninja's primary role was to collect important data about the enemy's resources. Sometimes they would set fire to the enemy's fortress. They would also steal provisions. Paraphrased. Okay, if you're following along on your handout, you can also see this written out there. Remember, you must always read the text first from beginning to end. Don't try and write a summary or a paraphrase as you are going. Okay, so how do I paraphrase? Read the passage several times. Make sure you totally understand it. You cannot paraphrase something that you don't understand. Okay, look away from the original and write your paraphrase. Check back on the original to make sure you have included all of the important details. Okay. Mark parts that use the same wording as the original with quotation marks and page numbers, but generally speaking, in a paraphrase, you should not use a lot of direct quotes. So compare. All right, this is our example from before. All right, see that it's basically the same length, all right, but we're not using the same words. We're explaining things, restating it in our own way. Okay, again, when you're paraphrasing, you don't want to leave out details and you want to make sure that the meaning stays the same. All right, so there are 3 methods to writing a summary. We're actually only going to go over 2 because the third one would be if you're reading for fiction. So we're only going to go over the 2 nonfiction methods. First is summarizing through the gist. And the gist is just the central or main idea. Okay, and this is best for expository texts like newspaper articles or texts about an event. So, for example, this is the method you will use for your current events. Okay, so if you want to get the gist of something, you should include who was involved, what happened, where it happened, when it happened, why, both why did it happen and why is it important, and how did it happen and or how are the people affected. Now, in a short reading or article, each of these is one sentence. What, why, and how maybe go into two sentences. In a longer article, like most of your current events articles, the what, the how, and the why might be 2 or 3 sentences each. Okay. Also remember who was involved can be individual people or it can be whole groups. It can be countries or companies, right? And there can be more than one. So 3 basic steps for doing this summary. Read through the passage, the article, the text, read it carefully from beginning to the end. Then go back, skim it over, underlining the who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you have it, fill out the graphic organizer, the little circle one we just saw. Then organize those ideas to write a summary that includes the title, the author, topic, and the important details. Okay, so let's try this out. We're going to read through an article. It's a fake article from a newspaper on Mars. So let's see how this goes. Hundreds of Martians attended the festivities as the people of Mars celebrated the 3rd annual Intergalactic Dog Show, which took place in the city of Damon on February 44th, 2099. 20 dogs competed for the title Best Dog in the Universe. The show winner is the first dog that is part Earth dog and part space dog. Champion canine, Galaxia, is a Poodaloopa, a rare combination of a poodle and a Lusaloopa. Galaxia's owner, James T. Kirk, was the first person to successfully breed Poodaloopas on Mars. He is excited about the win, partially because of the unique qualities of his breed. He said, quote, "The Poodaloopa is indeed special. They have the disposition and curly hair of a poodle. They also have the special qualities of a Lusaloopa, which include a soft muzzle, 2 tails, and the ability to talk." Kirk worked hard to get the dog show committee to allow mixed breed canines to participate. It is expected that the Intergalactic Dog Show will include more Earth Dog, Space Dog in the future, as people who attended were eager to learn more about these exceptional dogs. Galaxia said it best herself, wagging her tails, "Winning the show was a dream come true. I'm happy that Martians everywhere can now know that Poodaloopas are awesome." So we read through, now we go back and look for the who, what, when, and so forth. Okay, who, Martians, where, Mars. Okay, at the Intergalactic Dog Show, in the place of Damon, and there's our date. Okay, what happened? We have a winner. Okay. So we go through and we find our important details, and now we put them into our graphic organizer. Martians had an intergalactic dog show in Damon. Okay. Galaxia won. She's a mixed breed dog. Okay. He worked hard for the mixed breeds to participate. So it's a short article. It'll be a very even shorter summary. And then you write it up nicely in paragraph form. Okay. The second method is the IPOP method. Important points only, please. And this is best for summarizing texts that either explain or describe something, or if it's a biography, something biographical, meaning about a person. Okay, important points. Topic, then literally list out the main points in the article. Right? Again, you read through the passage carefully. Then you go back, skim it, underline the important details. Organize the ideas either from most important to least important or in order that they happened, depending on the article. And then you write up your summary, including the title, the author, the topic, and then your details. So let's try this. Okay, this is a describing article, again, from a fake Martian newspaper. Okay. All right. Poodaloopa Dogs by Dana Scully. After Galaxia, an Earth dog and space dog mix won the Intergalactic Dog Show in February, people have been curious about Poodaloopas. Poodaloopas were originally bred by James T. Kirk, who realized that a Poodle-Lusaloopa mix would be a special dog indeed, because both dogs have unique qualities. Poodles are intelligent and playful. Lusaloopas speak, but are not at all intelligent. They have a habit of chasing their own tails and singing show tunes at all hours of the night. Kirk's objective was to create a dog with the intelligence of a poodle and the speaking abilities of a Lusaloopa, and it worked. Poodaloopas have soft, curly fur, 2 tails, and grow to be about 40 pounds. They are smart and will sing on command. Most prefer to sing rock or country tunes from the early 2000s, but they will learn any musical genre. They are also playful, preferring chess, name that tune, or hula hoop rather than fetch. Poodaloopa's ability to speak and sing makes them good family dogs, as well as interesting companions to those who live alone. So we've read through the text, now we skim it back to find our main points. Okay. Earth dog, space dog mix, bred by James T. Kirk. Okay, it's a poodle Lusaloopa mix. Description, talents, best uses. Okay. And now we write it up. Okay, put our citation information, organize our main points. And then we write it up nicely in paragraph form. Okay. Hopefully this will help you with writing your summaries, particularly in current events articles, which a lot of you have been struggling with.